Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Coach's Corner. If you watch the video format, we're filming at a Stay Elite Wellness Centre today. So a nice little change to the background rather than the gym boardroom. But in this episode, I sat down with Dana Coolwell. We talk about Dana's background, how and why he got into boxing, the training, the mindset and the prep that it takes to become a professional boxer, how he handles the pressure of being a professional athlete, and Dana gives an insight on his future with the sport. If you have an interest in boxing, or what it takes to be a professional athlete in general, this chat is definitely for you. Let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Coach's Corner. This podcast is where we talk all things deep into the world of health, fitness, business and mindset with the people excelling in their game. My name's Sam Eames, and in this episode, I'm joined by one of Australia's rising boxing stars, Dana Coolwell. Fresh off the massive Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul undercard in Texas in front of 80,000 fans, Dana is not only a standout in the ring, but also one of the most humble and respectful people I've met. He's already claimed the Australian Super Featherweight title in 2021, the WBA Oceania Featherweight title in 2022, and the IBO Intercontinental Featherweight title in 2024. Morning, Dana.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks for coming in. What have you been up to this morning?
Just training. Yeah, got the first session out for the day.
Yeah.
Bit of time with family, but then just came in now.
Yeah, cool. And what time were you in the gym this morning?
Wasn't too early, so 8 a.m. start.
Okay,
it's good.
Is that normal time?
Yeah, on the Saturdays, get a bit of a sleep in, let the body rest after a big week, and then finish with a good conditioning session.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. What type of session was it?
Yeah, conditioning. Just a hard one. Get the heart rate right up.
Yep.
Salt bikes, bit of conditioning. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, cool. Do you do much weights at all? Or
at this phase, we've gone through a strength block.
Yep.
Generally about 2 sessions a week. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Can you train on an empty stomach?
Sometimes, yeah. I prefer to run on
Empty?
a bit of an empty. I've tried to get I've always tested over the years, but just depends how I feel. Yeah, it depends what it is.
And what's your go-to for breakfast?
Well, for a pre-workout snack, I like the crumpets, bit of peanut butter, banana and honey.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, cool. Before we get to know you, I just want to kick off with that massive event in Dallas. What was your reaction when you found out you were on it?
A million thoughts went through my mind. Like being part of something so big. It's like every boxer's dream to be a part of a card like that.
Definitely.
Yes. Yeah, I just remember when my manager first messaged me because he was trying to make that fight happen, and then especially on that card, I was my mind was racing. I was just pumped up.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Was there like any level of like celebrating, or was it just?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, because when we first found out, I was actually in Adelaide supporting another fighter. Going to watch his fight, and then we got the text message from my manager saying, it's all good. It's gone through. And then me and my coach just looked at each other and we're like...
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. So with your fight camp, you did your fight camp for that fight in California.
Yeah.
Leading up to the fight with Bruce Carrington. That was obviously the other guy you were fighting.
Yeah.
Was there a difference between the preparation there compared to in Australia?
Not a whole lot. Generally, the preparations are all quite similar. But the main thing is why we went over there is just for the quality of sparring over in America. Just a different level over there. And if you want to compete at the world level, you got to test yourself with world level athletes. And that's why we went over there. I was over there for about 3.5 weeks before the fight. Training hard and getting those great rounds in that I needed.
Yep. Yeah, cool. And then, so how long did you spend in California and then before making your way to Texas?
I think I was in California training at Churchill, the Matchroom boxing gym. I think it's about 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then went into Dallas for fight week. So I was away for about a month in total. Yeah, 4 weeks.
Yep. And then leading into the day before, how were you feeling at this time?
I was feeling pretty good. Obviously, nerves, they always come and go. I've just gotten a bit better at controlling them, but obviously fighting such a high caliber opponent, Bruce Carrington, he's ranked number 2 in the world right now. He's fighting for an interim world title. So, and that's what I've always wanted to do too, is test myself against the best in the world. But leading into it, I was quite confident as well, obviously because I trained very hard and I always back my training. And if I don't train hard, then it's a bit different. But I always put the work in. Yeah, I always put the work in, so I know, and that's what left me quite confident. But it's just it all happened so fast too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And what was it like being on the international stage?
Yeah, like I said, it was awesome. Like that's one of my dreams ever since I started was to be on cards and travel the world and fighting. It's what I've always wanted to do since I started. So having that now as a memory is quite special to me.
Yep. And then when you got home, or even afterwards, do you watch the fight back, or how many times do you watch the fight back? Or?
Yeah, I watched it. I've watched it a few times now. Yeah, obviously I'm quite critical on myself because I always want to be better and always want to improve. So taking those losses as lessons as well.
Yep.
So I'm just taking what I can from them. Obviously competing against the world-class opponent, it's always harder and it's always going to be a step up.
Yep.
But yeah, I've watched it over a few times. I can't remember exactly, probably about 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so I can improve where I need to.
Yep. What were some of the main improvements, do you think?
I think just sort of that I can go off the top of my head is leading more and setting the pace more and not reacting off him so much and letting him set the pace, which we did in that fight. And he had a good jab, and I should have used my jab more and set the tone, whereas it's sort of what he did, and I was reacting to him rather than setting my own pace.
Because I remember watching it at home, and like I haven't watched a whole lot of boxing or anything, but obviously, you can tell he's fairly well ranked, even though I knew absolutely nothing about him, not a whole lot about the sport. But yeah, your relentlessness just to keep getting up after, if you got knocked down or got punched or whatever, like you just kept getting up. Like, it was really cool.
Yeah, like while I was already there, I didn't want to go out like that, so I just went right through to the end. And yeah, like he had some power in his hands, like caught me with a few good shots. But yeah, I just kept going right to the end always. Yeah,
that's cool. Have you got any other stories from your time spent there? Or was it a pretty quick turnaround?
No, it was a pretty quick turnaround. We had one day after, spent some time with some good sponsors and friends. And Beck came over, obviously. So what day? We fought on the Saturday, and then Sunday we went out to Texas. And just seeing a bit of it was pretty cool. Yeah.
And what's going through your mind before you walk out in front of 80,000 people?
My mum was racing a bit, and just obviously it's a big setup, big stadium, venue. And I was just trying to stay as calm as possible before I get in the ring.
Is there anything you tell yourself, or is it just breathing or self-affirmation?
Beforehand, I always like this is what I do. This is why I'm here. Yeah. Like this is basically talking to myself and like this is what I've chosen to do.
So you're a bit more of a positive self-talker or a negative?
Yeah, positive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like I love the sport. Like it's a hard sport. It's a love-hate sometimes, but I do love it, and it's given me everything good in my life. And so before I'm saying this is what I've chosen to do. Yeah. And let's go do it.
It's a very professional mindset. I guess you have to have that.
Yeah.
And you're about halfway through your current camp.
Yeah.
Can you talk much about this upcoming fight and what your training days and weeks briefly look like?
So the opponent, and that's all about to be announced pretty soon. But so I can't go too much detail there until it's officially announced. But training hard always, putting in the work. Some big weeks have been banked. Generally, training consists of running, which is a mixture of sprints and long runs, working with different zones, obviously. Some long runs like zone 2, and then the sprint ones, obviously. Cracking right up to zone 4, zone 5.
And with those different zones and that sort of training, is that broken up over like weeks or blocks or days? Or
sort of days, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So each day would be sort of different.
Okay. Yeah. So just don't hone in on one thing for the whole week, a block. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sort of. So mix. So some days will be obviously harder. Otherwise, if you're training hard every single day, you burn out pretty quick. Yeah. Especially mixing with sparring and strength training and that. Yeah. So it's quite hard to mix it all. So first 4 weeks of this prep, I've had a strength block. So injury prevention and obviously keeping strength there. Yeah. So doing about 2 of those a week. Mixed in with like tech pads, drilling the skills, obviously, and sparring as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. And then how do those last 2 weeks leading up to the fight?
Generally, all the hard work's done by then. I finished my last spar about 10 days out, and then from then on, it's just all sharpening up, shadow and tech
skill
pads,
base,
and then getting the last bit of weight off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, cool. Just want to chat a bit about your background and mindset as well.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Biwa, currently live on the Sunshine Coast. You train out of Hinterland Boxing under coach Stephen Pitt.
Yeah.
So how long have you been boxing for?
12 years now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you first get into boxing?
Originally, I was just doing it for fitness, to get a bit fitter, and then I started sparring a bit more.
Yeah.
Then after a few spars, and I wanted to have a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And what sport were you playing before?
Rugby league, yeah, for the local footy club, Bill Bulldogs, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So you were using, obviously, the fitness from boxing to help with your footy, and then just found you like it a lot more than footy?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But I made sure I finished that season first for the team. Didn't want to let them down. Then once the season finished, then I looked at having my first fight, and then, basically never looked back.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
12 years, yeah, cool. Who are your biggest influences growing up inside and outside of the sport?
I'd say inside boxing would definitely be my coach.
Yeah.
Stephen Pitt. I've been with him from the start at Hinterland Boxing Club. But outside of sport, other athletes I used to look up to was like Jonathan Thurston, Matty Bowen. They were always my favourite.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and that's all I can really think of right now.
Yeah, cool. So when was the moment you knew this would be more than just fitness or a hobby?
Pretty early, actually. I think my second year boxing as an amateur. Yeah, okay. I started to really love it more, and then I think that year is when I, my first state title at 15. Yeah, my second year fighting, and then from there, then 16 the next year I went to nationals, won my first Australian title as a junior, and then went to the junior worlds as well in Russia. With only 10 fights on my belt, so it's pretty quick.
Yep. Yeah, very quick. Was there a mentor who shaped your mindset early on?
Yeah, it'd be my coach, Stephen Pitt. Yeah, he's always been there for me. More than a coach, he's been a great friend as well.
Did you know him before you started boxing, or you just walked in there one day and just...
Yeah, walked in, and he was the coach there, and then, just build a relationship from there.
Yeah, cool. When you lose or underperform, what do you tell yourself, and how do you bounce back?
Yeah, it's hard because like I said, I'm quite critical of myself, and I'm very hard, and I always want to be better and perform and improve. Just got to take them as lessons, really, and just look to improve where you can.
Yep.
Rather, if you're too hard on yourself and you're just down on yourself, then you get stuck down.
Go into a spiral of negativity.
Yeah, and you spiral. Yeah, and then I just keep myself, like I said, I love the sport, and this is what I want to do, so it's got to get better and keep performing.
What did you find the shift between being in a team sport compared to then going out and being individual? Like how much, obviously you have to rely on yourself a lot more because there's no one else there to help you.
Yeah, it is quite hard sometimes. Like they say, it's one of the loneliest sports in the world.
Yeah.
But one thing to make it a bit better is having a good team around yourself, which is what I found. I got a good manager, I've got my good coach, and I've got my partner who does a lot for me at home as well. And it's a small circle that helps me get through.
Mm-hmm. What goes through your mind in the minutes before a fight?
A lot. Your mind races pretty fast. Did I train enough? Did I run enough? Did I spar enough? But I'm always quite confident in my preparation. Like generally leading in and feeling fit. And the last thing generally, I just want to go out there and smash the fellow I'm fighting.
Yeah. I guess you can't really be thinking about anything else. Yeah. Do you have any mental rituals, superstitions, or routines before a match?
Not a whole lot, no. I tend to just give myself every now and then during fight week about 5 minutes to visualise the fight and how I want it to go each day. Just little bits. Otherwise, you can spiral too. You think about it too much, you burn yourself out thinking about the fight. But because it's in your mind the whole prep. You train for 10 weeks to fight this one guy, and then the moment's there, so you're thinking about it for quite a while. So I try not to overthink it too much. I give myself set times, think about the fight, how I want it to go, how I want to walk out, what punches I want to land, and then just let it all go once I'm in the ring. Yeah,
cool. And then what about those little things? So I've obviously played soccer a little bit, and I've spoken to guys where they have to get one, say they're putting their socks on, their shin pads, their straps, their boots, and one leg first, and always has to be the one leg, and then they go to the other side, and then they have a completely terrible game. Is there anything like your gloves or wraps or anything?
No,
like that?
Not that I can think of actually. The only thing closest thing I think I always got to have a Gatorade. I like to have a Gatorade and sip on that. That's about it.
Yeah. But none of that weird stuff, eh?
Yeah, not too weird. I don't have too many rituals. I'm just trying to think of like my whole prep, but no.
I had something
leading into today. I pack all my stuff. I just.
Yeah.
When I'm in the fight, when I'm there warming up,
just focused.
Yeah, I'm just focused on the fight at hand. Yeah.
I had something similar to the Gatorade. Mine was just in the acai bowl. I used to have to have the acai bowl a couple of hours before. Yeah. But obviously that's fuel. How do you mentally handle things when the adrenaline wears off post-fight?
That's another hard one too, because especially after a win too, you're quite high and you're feeling good. I just like to spend it with friends and family. Yeah.
So it's very important to have, I guess, a life outside of the sport.
Yeah, definitely. What's it called, like a work-life balance.
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
Because it's like you isolate yourself during camp and that's quite hard. But yeah, spending time with friends and family always makes it a bit easier.
Definitely.
Especially after as well. Yeah.
Who do you fight for deep down?
Always myself to start with, because it was my dream to start with at first. But now, obviously, my family, I've got a beautiful son and a beautiful partner, so that just adds more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, cool. Are there any books, quotes, or lessons that changed how you think or train?
I got one quote that I like. I've always liked. It's from Muhammad Ali. It's the one is always hated every minute of training, but don't quit now, suffer and live the rest of your life as a champion.
Yeah, nice.
That's always been my favourite, because I've always felt similar. Never liked the training, but I always liked to fight and I always liked to win. So that was what makes me push myself each session.
Yeah, that's really cool. What's your way to reset when you're feeling overwhelmed or off track?
I like to spend a bit of downtime on myself and sometimes playing my PlayStation 5 and that to switch off.
What game do you play?
I got a whole. Right now, I'm not playing too much, but I like the RPGs and that.
Okay.
Like God of War and all that. Legend of Zelda, they're my favourite games.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got reeled back on the Call of Duty train. Got a little bit dangerous.
I should jump back on that. I need something to
don't trust.
Need something to keep me going. There's nothing really out there right now. But yeah.
Yeah, it definitely goes through waves, eh?
Yeah.
What advice do you give young fighters that most ignore?
It's hard to say, because there's a lot out there. My main thing is just like get yourself. If you want to take it seriously, you gotta put yourself first, and by doing that, getting a good team around you. Yeah, because you need a good team who's gonna have your back as well. Yeah.
Where do you think a lot of those young and upcoming fighters go wrong early on?
Probably skipping a few sessions, thinking they're better than what they are. Like if they got some good skills, so you just say, yeah, I'm gonna skip this run this morning. I'm not gonna get up and do it, and then I'll catch up on you.
So
the other
the
person
ego starts to kick in.
Yeah, it's easy to do, especially if you're like a young, talented, skillful fighter.
Yep.
And say the other fellow you're fighting's not quite as skillful, but he's worked 10 times harder. They'll show in the fight. Yeah.
If you had to get fight ready with only 3 exercises and no equipment, what would you do?
Running, shadow boxing, and just a full body circuit, body weight.
Cool.
Like squats, burpees, push-ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this week, when do you normally start your training week? Is it on a Sunday, Friday?
Monday. Yeah.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah, Monday to Saturday.
2 days. Yeah. So how far have you ran this week?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Or
is there
Monday,
a certain thing?
I say Monday's usually a quick, fast one. About 4 or 5K, as fast as I can. And Tuesday's just a steady, after the weights and that, steady 3-ish. Saturday's sprints works out to be 6K in totals worth of sprints. Thursday's about the same, just a recovery run. And then yesterday it was a 10K.
I guess the distance wouldn't really matter if you're focusing more on the zones.
Yeah. And generally it depends on each fight too. So, like this one, my next fight's an 8-rounder. Yeah. So I can just sort of, what's the word for it? Like, my coach will plan it for that, that distance. Get the most out of it for like an 8-rounder.
Just moving a little bit more into training and your prep. What does the first 90 minutes of your day generally look like during fight camp?
Generally just get up, spend a bit of time with my son, my family, have a little pre-workout snack and a coffee, and basically get that first session out of the way always, within the first 90 minutes. Wake up, get that out. And then, generally during the week, and then from then on, I take my son to daycare, and start my day.
Yeah, cool. How much sleep do you normally get?
That varies as well. Yeah, I try to get 8, but 8 to 6.
Okay.
Usually, yeah.
I think you've answered a lot of those. What's one part of training most people don't see or understand?
I think just the whole workload of it, really. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how much, and they're repetitive. Like you're drilling the one skill, like 1,000 times to the same punch 1,000 times. And just refining like a jab. You throw that 1,000,000 times over your career and you're still not perfecting it. You're just getting better and better. It's just the repetitions, I think. They don't realise it's just the same thing. That's why it can be quite boring at times. Like you're just still on the same punches, but you just got to get it better and better and better and perfect so it flows better. That's one thing I'd say. Yeah, a lot of people don't realise it's the repetitions. You're just repeating, drilling the skills. Yeah.
So during the off season, do you train more for skill or fitness?
It varies too. So sometimes I might have another strength block while I can increase it a bit more. And then generally just always staying fit. That way I'm not going blowing way up out of camp. And so when I'm coming back into camp, I'm not just trying to get fit, and then I'm already quite fit.
So outside of, so during that time, is it structured as well, or is it just a little bit of free reign, or you kind of know where you're at?
Yeah, it's a bit freer. Like I know where I'm at now. Like in my coach, I've been with him from the start too.
Yep.
So we both sort of know a few spars here and there. Obviously, some days a bit more skills, and then yeah.
Yeah, cool. How important is your team with your success?
Yeah, very important. I've had a lot of good people in my career, throughout my career, who's helped me get to where I am. Each and one of them I'm very grateful for. But especially my coach, like I've been with him from the start as well. And right now I've got a great manager who does a lot for me too. Yep. He's got me my last big fights, and continuing to get more and moving forward. And cool. Similar with my sponsors too. There's some great sponsors along the way who are great friends as well. Yeah,
cool. What's the one part of preparation that gives you the most edge, whether this is physical or mental?
I'd say a lot of visualization too, and the mental side of it. Because it's easy to go out there and just train hard, but then obviously if you're not believing in yourself too, that's when you fall off, I'd say. But just knowing that you're putting the work in, just got to always train hard and then back yourself too.
Yeah, that's cool. Was there anything else with the training you wanted to touch on? Or?
Training, nah, not really, because I just train hard. Most of the time I got a good coach who plans it all out for me. So I know what I'm doing each day. So I got a pretty good structure.
Does that come through like as an app or a spreadsheet or?
He does it all up on like a spreadsheet. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then obviously we don't always do everything the same, but we know where we're at then. So if we're ticking these markers, we can adjust it if we need more or less or whatever it is.
Once you kind of have that structure on that template, it's pretty easy to follow. Yeah, cool. And touching on recovery and your diet, what do you eat the night before a fight and then for the breakfast?
Generally, the night before, like a pasta. Nice pasta. Get those carbs up after cutting weight. Those last days, you just want to get your carbs back in after cutting weight and water load and getting it all out of you. So I just try and carb load within that last, about 16 hours from weigh-in to fight night. So I try and have a pasta, maybe a steak for dinner, something like that. And then breakfast, a few times before my fights, I've had some pancakes. Nice. Simple, easy carbs, and taste good too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Load up the honey.
Yeah.
What's your go-to cheat meal after a fight?
That varies too. Depends what I feel like.
Would have been dangerous over in Texas.
I had actually some of the Texas barbecue. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. Texas barbecue. That was really good. I get a bit of a sweet tooth, so anything sweet, chocolates, cheesecakes. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Then what's your go-to takeaway?
I don't even know.
Obviously, outside of fight camp.
That's what I'm thinking. Can't go with Macca's. I love Macca's. Frappe. What else? Probably GYG.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I like GYG.
Can't go wrong with that. How do you manage injuries or overtraining?
No, just listen to the body. Listen to the body. I'm quite used to it now. Like I'm used to training load and what I can handle. And just staying on top of recovery as well. And definitely sleep's another major thing for recovery. So getting good sleep and just listening to my body.
What are your main recovery tools or methods after training each week?
I come in here quite often, stay elite. The sauna and the ice bath. That definitely helps. And yeah, massage, diet, and yeah, like the main thing is definitely sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, next up we'll touch on your career goals. What's the ultimate fight for you?
Just a world title fight. I'd like to build my way back up, and hopefully one day, fight for a world title.
Yep. Who's your dream opponent, past or present?
There's a lot out there right now. He's one of the best in the world, and he's a lower division, but would be Naoya Inoue. He's a Japanese fighter. He's a great fighter. He's probably the best out there in my division. Has passed. Not that I can think of right now. Probably Prince Nassim, because he's so flashy. It would have been a cool fight.
Yeah.
Have you seen a bit of him? He's that real. Yeah, he's real flashy, dance, and yeah.
Okay.
I reckon it'd be a hard fight. Not just with him, because he can bang too. He's got some power, but the mental side of it, not letting him get in your head when he's showboating and doing all that. Yeah.
That'd
be
is he still fighting now, or is he?
Nah, he's retired.
Okay.
Yeah. That was an older one, and in a way, he's fighting now.
Yep.
He's a super bantam, the pound for pound.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like number 2. Yeah. Or
cool.
number 1. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Still fighting, coaching, or something else?
5 years, I'd like to still be fighting.
Yep.
That definitely the back end of my career. But yeah, it's hard to say because I just want to basically go as far as I can in the sport until I know it's enough and I've had enough. But right now, I'd like to be a world champion in 5 years, definitely. That's a goal I have in my mind. It's hard now after a few losses too at the top, but I just got to rebuild and keep my head down and
just work hard and keep
work
going.
hard.
Yeah. Is there one thing you're working on behind the scenes right now, outside the ring, that people wouldn't expect?
Not necessarily, nah. Putting most of my time and effort into boxing. Other than just building a family and having that as my, other than that, just boxing.
But obviously being in fight camp, like there's not really a whole lot of other stuff you want to be thinking about.
It get quite boring during fight camps. Days are just quite structured and repetitive.
Definitely, yeah. What's something weird you do or believe that actually helps you perform better?
That's a hard one. I don't know. I think I've got sort of my own structure now and my own little rituals that I do as far as like playing my PlayStation 5, switching off, my visualizations. I think just doing those especially leading the fight week, I have like a little pattern I do. And that's probably about it.
You kind of find what works and
find what works, and they can make me switch off and then switch back on. Just tinkering between those two. Yeah,
cool. And we'll wrap it up with a few fun, rapid questions. Favorite boxer of all time?
I don't have one, but I'll give 3. It would be Mayweather, Rigondeaux, and probably Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah, cool. One fight you wish you could have watched live?
Does it have to be boxing, or could it be MMA too?
No, either or.
Probably Mayweather Pacquiao, just because it's such a huge event.
Yep.
Yeah. But old school one, an older fight would probably be any Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah,
I reckon that'd be cool.
Did you think it was going to be Mike or Jake
that
won that?
What's
your professional
I was hoping Mike
opinion?
would have. Yeah, I was hoping Mike would have, but obviously age is a big factor in that. And after the first 2 rounds, watching it live, I sort of had a feeling how it's going to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just touching back on that MMA, would that ever be a crossover thing, or potentially?
Maybe, maybe. But right now, like I said, my focus is on boxing. But I just love the fight too. So and maybe if something appears or arises in the future, why not? I'd love to test myself. Anywhere I can.
Something a bit different.
Yeah.
Most played song on your training playlist?
Anything Logic is probably my favourite rapper.
Okay.
So anything him, I'd say. Right now, he's got a song for Universe. It's probably my most replayed song of his.
Okay, just gets you in the zone.
Yeah.
What's one thing that is a non-negotiable every day?
Every day it's coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Yeah, I love my coffee.
Just the one?
Yeah. Oh, I have a few. If I cut back, I'd have a little piccolo. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about supplement-wise? Do you take...
I don't take a whole lot. Nah, it's creatine, some Dr. Hydrate, like electrolytes. Other than that, probably protein.
Okay.
That's about it, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Most underrated skill in boxing?
I'd say the jab. Everyone says it, but yeah, the jab.
Mm-hmm.
Without a jab, you can't hit him with anything else. Yeah, you need a good jab.
If you weren't fighting, what do you think you'd be doing?
Yeah, honestly, I don't actually even know. I started when I was 14 and...
You're 26?
26 now, yeah. So I've never really thought of doing anything else since then. Even when I was working, I was only working just to make a bit of extra coin so I could keep boxing and stuff. So, and back then I had no aspirations for anything else other than I wanted to be a footy star too. So it's one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah.
What work were you doing?
I used to work at just a Banjo's Cafe in Ep4. Yeah.
Okay. What does success mean to you right now, and how has it changed since you started?
It means a lot now, yeah, because I got a family now too to look after. So, just got to put my head down, knuckle down.
It's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah. Especially everything, yeah. I need to make sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you could put a quote or a message on a billboard that every young and inspiring fighter could see, what would it say?
Shoot for the stars. At least you can, even, yeah, ready? I'll sort of like this one. Like, if you shoot for the stars, and if you even fail, fall short, you at least touch the sky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like that one.
I sort of like believe in that too. That's what I've always done.
Was there anything else you wanted to touch on at all? Or any promotions? Or?
No, just stay tuned. Fight announcement, my next fight should be coming in soon. So, yeah.
Yep.
Stay locked in for that one.
But you're 6 weeks, 5 weeks?
5 weeks out
5
now.
weeks,
yeah.
okay. Cool.
Well, 5 weeks now.
Yeah. When's, how far out does the announcement normally...
Yeah, it varies. So it should be soon. Just waiting for promotion to put it all out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's a wrap. Once again, thank you, Dana, for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
If you enjoyed this conversation, guys, share it on socials and tag Coach's Corner Podcast and Dana Coolwell. Follow Dana on his journey at, what's your Instagram? Just Dana Coolwell.
Dana Coolwell,
yeah,
cool. Instagram, yeah.
As always, hey.
I was going to say one good thing about a unique name. Took that tag Dana Coolwell, simple.
Oh, easy
it's
to
my name, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. As always, if you found value in today's episode, please give some support to the show and subscribe. On Spotify, Instagram and Facebook, it's at Coach's Corner Podcasts, and YouTube, it is Sam Eames Fitness. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Coach's Corner. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.